Hi, my name is Karin Campayo. I am a high school Spanish teacher, and I would like to talk to you about how to use Google Books. This was something that was new for me. I had never searched in Google Books, and it was very interesting. So, for example, one of the things that I do in my classroom is we have a Don Quixote unit. Now, obviously, we're not going to read the thousands of pages that are truly within Don Quixote. But let's say I just, for fun, put in Don Quixote in Google Books. All kinds of different options come up, right? Some of them are a little bit beyond where I want to be. So, what if I have, which I often do, a combination of native speakers and non native speakers in my classroom? And not only do I want them to understand how to read literature, but I also want them to really take in what the meaning and the symbolism is within the book. So I might check a dual reader. So let's just put in Don Quixote dual reader. Okay. This is exactly what we're looking for, right? Selections from Don Quixote. We don't need the whole book. A dual language book. Now you're going to notice Quixote with an X is the old way of spelling it. Don Quixote now is with a J. So let me see what I have in here. I'm just going to click on this. And I am going to realize that I have access to all these different excerpts from these different chapters, in dual language. So let's slide down to part 1. In part 1, what it's basically going to do, I'm on chapter 4. Let me go back up here. Oops. Okay, let me just slide down here. What's going to happen is they're going to give you, obviously they give you all of the information, what the style is, what Don Quixote is about, and then you're able to go down until you find chapter 1. The difference with having the actual book is that oftentimes a dual reader is going to have Spanish on one side and English on the other side. It's a little bit easier to read, but this is also something that maybe we could print that I'd never had access to, as opposed to purchasing a whole class set. So they give you little sections. So I'm going to read this little baby section in Spanish, right? Try to, basically understand what's happening there. And then I can go see what it was in English. And then I can go back and forth. What vocab didn't I understand? What can I see? Okay. And then I can do the same thing. I'm going to continue with chapter 1. Here's some more in Spanish. And then here's some more in English. So very interesting to have access to something like that. And then if I want to see, do I have anything different? Okay, I can look at this. Right, there's all kinds of different things that you can check out. Now, what if I wanted to purchase this book? So if I go back in here and just click on that X, it now gives me, do I want just the preview? Do I want to add it to my library? Am I able to purchase the book? How do I get it? Can I buy it on Google Book Plays? Do I want this edition? Do I want a different edition? So they give you where I can borrow it. The other thing I thought that was neat, that I realized in a couple things that I searched, was it gives you common terms and phrases within the book that you're searching. So I thought that was kind of neat also. The other thing I looked up is, am I allowed to just download this and utilize it in a classroom? So I'll show you what I found. Google Books will help you search within and discover books. So if you find a book that's still under copyright, you typically will only see a small portion of that book at a time. Snippet view, sample pages view, which is what we just looked at, plus links where you can buy it or borrow it. In general, what I have gathered is when you have your preview sections, you are allowed to use it without breaking any copyright laws. Now, I want to go back and say, well, how can other language teachers, what if I just wanted dual readers in general? right? Like a first Spanish reader, maybe a beginner's, but they offer a lot of information. So these are some little short stories where here's a little short story, here it is in English, right? Again, if I click on that X, it's going to tell me, okay, about the book. Can I get the book? Are there other editions? Here's how I can buy it. I can download it. I can borrow it. And again, it gives you those common terms and phrases, which I think is kind of neat. Well, what if I don't want Spanish? What if I'm trying to help my other colleagues? If I look down, there's an Italian reader. There's some Russian stories. I found German earlier. The first German reader. So there's all kinds of things that we have access to. Obviously, we're not going to spend our whole class period, you know, reading these books in the language classes. We're going to, once in a while do it, once a week, whatever it is. But we have access to this information without using our own money or the school's money to purchase full class sets of books. So I thought that was really neat. Also, for a native speaker, I think it's really important that they can search on their own for maybe, let's say if we wanted math and Spanish, okay? Although I don't know if that is Spanish math terms. Things like that kids may not realize that they had access to previously. So check out Google Books. I think it's kind of a neat thing. And I hope this helped you realize what are some other uses that Google Books